Hi, friends. Hi from Glasgow. Yes, you are getting me with my nose strip tonight. I wore it on the plane last night, but it didn't do me any good because I did not sleep. That's terrible. Um, it's okay. It's okay though. So yesterday, Lexi dropped me off at Detroit Airport at about 7 o'clock. My flight was at 10:30. I wanted to have enough time, and I did. I had plenty of time. I had some food, and I just wanted to make sure I was there because I didn't know how security or TSA was going to go. Everything was fine. Everything went much faster than I thought. So, excuse me. I just had really good mac and cheese at the oldest bar and pub and restaurant in Glasgow. So, the guy at the reception counter suggested it because I asked him, "Where should I go? I'm starving." And he said, so I had really, really good mac and cheese, but now I'm getting like hiccups from it. So anyway, took my plane from Detroit to Amsterdam, which that's a crazy airport. I got so twisted and turned around there. But again, I made it through. I'm screwed up once. I thought the screen said gate G and it said gate D, which unfortunately was on the entire other side of the airport. And I had to rush then because I had been taking my time because I had a 3 hour layover. And I was like, oh, this is great. I can grab a bite to eat. I can relax. I can look around. I will say it's a super cool airport. They had a huge fish tank. That was really neat. They have massage chairs. They had a huge wall, like a living wall of plants. And I didn't have time to like check out the plants. I really wanted to, but I didn't. So I got on that flight, and that flight was short. That was like an hour and 15 minutes. But Amsterdam Airport is in a freaky spot. It's like right by the water. Cool place, very cool place, but I did get turned around. And you got to expect that stuff when you're traveling, especially by yourself, because you don't have a second person to be like, hey, what do you think? Should we do this? Should we do that? So that's one of the things about solo traveling that you don't have. But everybody I ask for help me. I typically go to the women, but there was one gentleman today that I asked a woman and she didn't know the answer to my question. And then I asked a gentleman that was sitting next to her and he gave me the wrong information. Another guy jumped in and said, no, actually, you need to get off at this stop and I'll show you. And he was so good. He even went up to the driver to make sure that I got off at the right stop. So that was nice of him. And then I fully thought that I was going to get here to Glasgow tonight. And Glasgow, I'm sorry, you can't say Glasgow because then they make fun of you. I didn't know that, but that's how it's spelled. And I'm trying very hard to get myself out of the habit now. I fully thought I was just going to check into my hotel. I was going to eat dinner here and go to bed. That was my plan because I was so tired on my second flight today. Can't think straight, as you can tell. And I got off the bus. I got onto the bus at the airport, which was super easy, like less than a 20-minute ride from the airport to the city. And it was like 11 euros. So a lot cheaper than a taxi or an Uber, that's for sure. And I'm not driving in this crap yet. I'm waiting to drive here because this shit's crazy. Especially their roundabouts. Oh my, you thought roundabouts in the US were bad? Holy cow. But once I got off the bus and I was walking in the streets, there was a certain energy. Now, mind you, it's a Friday night. And apparently, I overheard on the elevator that everybody is out because it's been raining so much. And this is like the first sunny day they've had. So, like, everybody was everywhere. But it was really cool. It's a very neat vibe here. I gotta say, I'm super impressed with the way the men dress. Very stylish. not sloppy at all. And they really do take care of themselves. And I honestly haven't seen one obese um, person here. I'm sure if there are obese people, I think they're probably American. But I'll say that the men here dress really, really well, and I'm really impressed by that. Even the young guys. I just saw a bunch of guys going to a bar out my window because I can look right out onto the street from my window. And you can drink at 18 here. So there's all these guys out there, and they had on like these suits, like not three-piece suit, but like Miami Vice suit, but like modern. And I was like, holy cow, that's really impressive, I think. I don't know, that was really impressive. And then so when I got to the hotel and I was like feeling all like, yes, I need to go somewhere. I need to do something. So it was only 5:30 their time, which meant that it was 12:30 my time because it's a 5-hour time difference. So I said, okay, fine. Talked to a guy at the reception counter who was really cool. And he gave me 3 different names of 3 different places. I went online, checked out their reviews, and I went to the oldest pub and restaurant in Glasgow. And I went up to the bar and I sat at the bar, and a girl came over, and it was busy. It was crazy busy. And I said to her, I'm like, listen, it's my first drink in Scotland. I want a whiskey. What should I get? So got a really nice whiskey. I had 2 drams of it. It was really nice, very smooth. And then I also had their mac and cheese, which was outstanding. It was really good. Plus, I haven't had a real meal since yesterday. Even yesterday, it was a salad. Like I had little things, but not like a sit down hot meal that I really love. So I had this lovely mac and cheese and 2 drams, and I was like, okay, now I'm done. So I came back to my room, took a shower, and now I'm gonna lay in bed and read. I know it's only 9 o'clock on a Friday night, but here's one of the things that happened too. When I left the hotel to go to the restaurant, I hear yelling, and then I heard barking, and I'm like, sounds like a dog is really upset. So I see this good sized pitty being held by this woman, and she had him on a good leash. There's these 2 other women fist fighting in the middle of the street. I mean, they were going at it. I was like, holy cow. I had no idea what happened. And the dog was barking like mad. So I think one of the women involved was like one of his owners or something like that. And I told Lex, and she's like, oh, you should have videotaped it. And I was like, you know what? When I looked around, there were a lot of people watching. Not one person was recording, which I thought was really interesting because I think one of the first things we do in the United States is pick up our phones and try to record things, right? There was probably about 40 people watching this fight happen, and one woman got her ass kicked. I don't know what happened, but like I wanted to go over and help her, but I was like, fuck that, I'm not getting involved. I just got here. I'm not doing this. I don't know the protocol around here. So yeah, I left her. Everybody else did too. So it wasn't just me doing that. Don't get mad at me. So I had my 2 drams and my lovely carbs and cheese, which was just fantastic. And then sitting at the bar, I went, whew. That's when it hit me, and I was like, oh, I got to get back to my room. So cute little room. I'm staying in a place called the Social Hub. It's kind of like a dorm room. There's all kinds of games that you can play, and there's people playing pool downstairs, and there's a restaurant. There's a rooftop restaurant. I was thinking of going to that, but I'm done. I'm tapped out. So I wanted to check in today just to say hi. This is day 1 of being in Scotland. Oh, this is it too. So last week, some of my friends and my daughter decided to throw me a surprise birthday bon voyage party. So they all wrote things and then put them in this really pretty envelope. I'll show you the envelope next time. It's on the other side of the room and I'm not getting off. And I was like, ooh, I'm divvying. So all these letters from my friends are in this big envelope. So each person that came to the party, and then even some people who couldn't make it, wrote me letters or cards or something just about the journey and everything, right? So this one, I don't know how well it's going to show up here. See? Michelle, not sperm. I was like, that made me laugh so hard. I said, oh, I have to open that one. So I did with my friend Stacy. And so I'm not going to read it to you because it's just really funny, but some of it you wouldn't understand. But then I started writing down some of what happened today on the other side of her note. So I was trying to do writing at the bar, but I didn't bring my journal because I didn't feel like carrying it. I was sick of carrying shit today. Between my backpack, my big backpack, and then my small backpack, woof, kicked my ass. But I wanted to check in and say hi. I'm alive. I'm alone. Mwah. No, I'm kidding. I do have, I am prepared just in case something does happen. So, yes, Nancy, I'm prepared because I know you will be like, you better bring protection. Cool, thanks. So I'm gonna read my library book and I'm gonna go to bed. And then tomorrow I am off. I am getting on the train tomorrow. I feel like it's planes, trains, and automobiles. Getting on the train tomorrow, and I'm gonna go to Edinburgh. So that should be fun. And then the next day, I leave for the Isle of Skye. So that's a 3-day tour. So I'm going to try checking in every night, maybe during the day. I don't know, but I'm going to try to post a video every day for this just to keep a video diary going. And that'll help me also with some writing because I'll forget things. Shocker. All right. I am going to take my sleepy pills and I'm going to read and I am going to see you guys tomorrow. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out. Oh, shit. You're not supposed to do this here. Like with your hand out, like your palm out. Apparently that's insulting. I read that somewhere. So if you want like 2 drinks, you can do it like this. But you can't do it like this. I don't know why. It's something, I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out one of these days. But I thought that was funny. Anyway, peace out. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Sweet dreams.